Welcome to the United Game Awards 2024. Now, this is a thing that I've been wanting to do for a long time. This is a video that I've wanted to do for years, honestly, but every time I've tried to do it, it just has taken either too long to the point where it's irrelevant, or B, I just didn't really commit enough. Now, to be fair, that almost happened again this year, and that's kind of why you're getting this video and what it's going to be. I plan to do this award show kind of like the Game Awards, but for me and for this channel, we have 30 categories, and I'm gonna have 5 nominees for each, and we're gonna choose a winner, right? And it's all directed by me. We're gonna go over all the categories and stuff. But what I found out is it's actually a lot of work to make something like this. It's a lot of graphic design, which I've had to do. It's a lot of thought that I've had to do, and so this is going to be kind of the first one. This is the United Game Awards 2024, the first annual, right? It's not going to be this super well put out video, right? You're not going to get a bunch of hype sizzle reels. You're not going to see a bunch of cool like trailers or stuff. I'm honestly just going to sit down. We're going to go over every category. I'm going to talk through it, and I'm going to tell you the nominees, and I'm going to tell you the winner for me for what is the Johnnymmer picks for the United Game Awards 2024. However, I will say, now that I have made everything, right? This is the first year where I've actually made everything, right? I've made all the graphics. I've made the whole system. I've laid out the format. Next year, I'm going to be able to build upon it. We're going to have better, like, just cool things throughout the show, right? We're going to have cool sizzle reels. We're going to have fun things to do. We might even play, like, a video game Family Feud during it or something, right? We're going to do something cool next year, but this is kind of the first one. And at this point, we're like well into February, and I still haven't done it. So I'm kind of just, we're just going to do it. We're just going to finally do it. We're going to talk about it. And so just keep that understanding. But anyway, welcome to the United Game Awards 2024. We have 30 categories, right? We have 30 categories to do, and if you follow me on any of my socials, you will see all the nominees, whether it's on X, whether it's on Instagram. Make sure you check the link in the description for all those. I posted all the nominees for all 30 categories. The way we judge this is, or the way I judge this is, number one, off of personal enjoyment. I think that's the most important thing for me personally. But number two, I look at the quality of all the different aspects, of whatever category we're judging. And then I also look at the impact, right? Like if there is clearly one of the best games of the year, clearly one of the biggest games of the year, I'm not just going to completely ignore that, right? That's just a fact. And all of these things are judged by my personal opinion and my experience with them, right? So I haven't finished all like every game that came out in 2024. I've put more hours into some things than I have, so just keep that into consideration. Just because what I nominate and what I choose to win, that could be a multitude of reasons. Number one, I just feel a certain way, or number two, I just have more experience with that, right? So there's a lot of different things you can take into account. So don't take this to heart. Don't think I'm personally going against anybody's opinion, right? I'm very much looking forward to this. But let's go ahead and let's get started with the first category. We're gonna jump to, and I'm just going to do this based off of the order that I announced all these things in, right? So we're going to go to best gameplay. So for best gameplay, for me, it's what game has the best combat? What game has the best traversal? What game has the best, skill trees? What game has the best progression, right? Exploration, all of that, to me, is gameplay. Anything you are doing in the game, or you can do, to me, is gameplay, right? So let's look at the nominees. We have Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Helldivers 2, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, and Stellar Blade. A lot of these games are just really good. Really, really great, especially in the gameplay department. And the winner for this category is Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Now, I'm not really going to explain why I chose something, because I don't feel like that's the point of me every category trying to justify my opinion. That's just what I think. So for me, the winner for best gameplay is Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. The next category we're going to go to is best narrative storytelling writing, characters, emotional moments, exciting moments, pacing, all of that goes into narrative. Your nominees are Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Neva, and Silent Hill 2. And the winner for Best Narrative goes to Silent Hill 2. Well deserved. The next category is Best Visuals. So, Best Visuals, now we have another category in the show, Best Art Style. Best Visuals and Art Style are two different things. Visuals could be lighting, could be textures, could be, the realisticness, how beautiful it is, right? Whereas art style is more of, how is that animation, right? How is the colors? How is the uniqueness of its style, right? So Best Visuals is more along the line of the realisticness, right? But I'm not judging it just, which one looks the most realistic. No, which one just delivers the best visuals in terms of lighting, effects, like camera work, whatever it may be, mocap, whatever it may be. So Best Visuals, your nominees are Tekken 8, Black Myth Wukong, Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga, and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Space Marine 2. The winner is Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga. Now we go to Best Art Style. I already explained what those are, and your nominees are Mario and Luigi Brothership, Marvel Rivals, Metaphor ReFantazio, Neva, and The Plucky Squire. And the winner for me goes to Marvel Rivals. Man, what a game. What a game. I absolutely love Marvel Rivals. Let me tell you, man. All right, the next category is Best Environment / Setting. So for this, we're looking at atmosphere. We're looking at the map. We're looking at the world. But also we're looking at how well does it capture a setting. So like we're talking culture, right? We're talking world building, stuff like that. And your nominees are Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, Star Wars Outlaws, and Silent Hill 2. And your winner goes to Black Myth Wukong. All right. Now we are going to a couple different categories. We're going to switch it up a little bit, right? Best Character / Performance. Your nominees. Now, for this is a character based on their acting, based on their voice acting, based on the character, right? So their story arc, their personality, stuff like that. Your nominees are Troy Baker as Indiana Jones, Luke Roberts as James Sunderland, Melina Juergens as Senua, Rook from Dragon Age: The Veilguard, and from Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, Ichiban Kasuga. And your winner for Best Character / Performance of the Year goes to Troy Baker as Indiana Jones. I can't tell you enough how phenomenal he did. And we're going to go straight to the Best Supporting Character. These are, again, same thing as characters, except they are in a supporting role. Your nominees are Maria from Silent Hill 2, Barret, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Solus from Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Tifa from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Emmerich Voss from Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And your winner is Barret from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Your nominees for Best OST / Music. What game delivers the best music? What game has music that heightens moments in the whole game? What game has the most catchy? All of that stuff can go into OST music. Your nominees are Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Neva, and Astrobot. And your winner, I feel like everybody knows this one, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's one of the greatest OSTs of all time, if not the greatest of all time. The next category is Best Cinematics / Animation. So for me, this is cutscenes, right? Cinematography. We're talking like what game has the best shots? What game has the coolest animations, right? Things like that. Your nominees are Black Myth Wukong, Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga, Metaphor ReFantazio, Prince of Persia The Lost Crown, and Stellar Blade. And your winner is Black Myth Wukong. Your nominees for best opening. So what game has the best opening? And to me, an opening is until you see that title card, right? Until you see that title card, or if there is no title card, I consider like the first hour or two. Or really just the first hour, really. And your nominees are Dragon Age the Veilguard, Black Myth Wukong, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Neva, and Stellar Blade. And the winner goes to Black Myth Wukong. Kind of like FF7 Rebirth, this is just one of the greatest openings of all time. And we're going to go straight to best ending. Same thing for opening, but it's the ending. Now, this is the whole final act, final mission, ending, post, whatever. Your nominees are Dragon Age the Veilguard, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Tekken 8, Neva, and Star Wars Outlaws. And your winner is Dragon Age the Veilguard. All right. We're going to go to a little bit of different types of categories now, and we're going to go to best company/publisher of 2024. Your nominees are Capcom, EA, Xbox, Bandai Namco, and Sega. And your winner for best company and publisher of 2024 is Sega. Yeah, they just had an incredible year. I mean, let's just be honest here. I mean, probably their best year, maybe ever, honestly. Like, is that too far-fetched to say? Best studio. Same thing as company/publisher, but just individual studio. Your nominees are Atlas, Machine Games, Ryuga Gotoku, Game Science, and Team Asobi. And your winner is Atlas from Sega. I mean, they put out two 90 on Metacritic games. That's crazy. I don't know if that's almost unheard of. All right, moving on to best event. So this is just what event I thought was the best of 2024. Like, whether it's a showcase, state of play, direct, whatever it may have been. Had the best games, had the best pacing, had the best whatever, had the best impact, excitement, whatever. Your nominees are the September State of Play. If you don't know which one that was the one where Ghost of Yotei was announced. Xbox Developer Direct 2024. The Game Awards. The June Nintendo Direct. And the Xbox Games Showcase. So, the winner for this one is the Xbox Games Showcase. To this day, I think that is probably my favorite event ever. Best trailer. You all know me. I love trailers. I'm a big trailer guy. All right. So for me, this is just what trailer do I think, again, sort of like the event, just had the most excitement, had the biggest impact, was the best put together, which one I just loved the most. And your nominees are Death Stranding 2 reveal game from the State of Play, Doom: The Dark Ages, Gears of War E-Day, Marvel 1943, and Ghost of Yotei. And the winner is Gears of War E-Day. What a moment for that fan base, for Xbox, for that franchise. It's just a moment in time now, that trailer. Best cover art. You also know I'm a big sucker for cover art. So which ones did I love the most this year? Best cover arts. Your nominees are Dragon Age the Veilguard, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Tekken 8, Sonic X Shadow Generations, the Japanese cover, and Dragon's Dogma 2. And the winner for best cover art is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. All right, going back to games. Best indie nominees. Absolutely huge category here. This is just the best game under the indie categorization. And your nominees are Animal Well, Nine Souls, Balatro, Neva, and UFO 50. Bunch of fantastic indie games in 2024, man, let me tell you. But the winner for me is Never. Game is a masterpiece. Just gotta say how it is. Best new IP. This is the best game in the categorization of a new IP. And if you don't know what a new IP is, that is new intellectual property, meaning it is an entirely new thing, original game, never been done before, not a part of a franchise. Your nominees are Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, Black Myth Wukong, Metaphor Refantasio, Neva, and Stellar Blade. And your winner is Black Myth Wukong. Man, can we talk about how the definition of a new IP making an impact? I mean, it skyrocketed the Chinese video game market. It was one of the biggest game releases of the whole year, and it was the studio's first first AAA game. Just unbelievable success there. Best sequel. So this is the best game in the categorization of sequels. So either a follow-up or just a direct sequel, right? Your nominees are Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Dragon's Dogma 2, Helldivers 2, Stalker 2, and Space Marine 2. A lot of 2s going on here. And your winner is Space Marine 2. I feel like out of every game, I feel like that had the biggest leap from the first to the second one. I feel like that one was the biggest improvement, and Space Marine 2 takes the cake. Best remake / remaster. So this is, again, the best game in the categorization of a remaster / remake. Your nominees: Persona 3 Reload, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered, Sonic X Shadow Generations, and Silent Hill 2. And your winner for best remaster / remake is Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. The next category is Best Licensed IP. This is the best game under the categorization of a licensed IP. If you don't know what a licensed IP is, that is taking someone else's established franchise and making a product out of it. Your nominees are A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead, Marvel Rivals, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Batman: Arkham Shadow, and Star Wars Outlaws. And the winner for best licensed IP game is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. All right, moving on to some interesting, fun little categories. We have biggest flop / fail. So, I mean, it speaks for itself. Your nominees are Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Skull and Bones, Concord, Slitterhead, and Multiverses. Unfortunately, quite a big year for flops and fails. Very unfortunate to see. And your winner for biggest flop and fail of 2024 is Concord. I mean, might be the biggest flop fail of all time. Best multiplayer nominees. So for me, this is a game that has online multiplayer. That is what multiplayer is to me. Co-op is completely different. Best multiplayer. Your nominees are X-Defiant, Marvel Rivals, Helldivers 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and Warhammer Space Marine 2. And your winner for best multiplayer game of 2024 is Marvel Rivals. That game is amazing. Best DLC / expansion. So just the best DLC / expansion. I mean, it speaks for itself. Something that is added to the game to enhance the overall product. Whether it's new story, new content, new features. Your nominees are Alan Wake 2, Night Springs, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Destiny 2, The Final Shape, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred, and Alan Wake 2, The Lake House. And your winner for best DLC / expansion is Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. Best family friendly game. Now, there's been a lot of confusion of what does this really mean? And to me, best family friendly game, meaning a game that is appropriate for all ages. Your nominees is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, Sonic X Shadow Generations, and Astrobot. And your winner is Astrobot. Best song/track. So this is, unlike OST music, this is a very specific song, an individual song. Which one I think is the best, or just I enjoyed the most. Your nominees are the Headless Monk song from Black Myth Wukong, No Promises to Keep from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is the Aerith song, for those of you who don't know, the Battle Theme from Metaphor Refantasio, the main theme of Astrobot, and Bot of War from Astrobot. And your winner is Bot of War from Astrobot. Best boss fight. Speaks for itself. Which boss fight I think was the coolest, most exciting, meant the most, had the most fun things to do. Your nominees are Elder Naytiba from Stellar Blade, Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Sun Wukong from Black Myth Wukong, 4 Heavenly Kings from Black Myth Wukong, and Midra from Elden Ring. Your winner for best boss fight is the 4 Heavenly Kings from Black Myth Wukong. And now, we are here. We are at the final 2 categories for 2024. The Johnnymmer Award and the Game of the Year Award. Now, in my head, I've struggled to debate which one goes last. What is the creme de la creme? What is the award that you want to win? And honestly, that's the Johnnymmer Award. I hate to say it. I know it's funny, but to me, you didn't click on this video to get a critic's review. You didn't click on this video to get a professional analyzation. This video is my opinion. These are all judged by my experience, my opinion, right? At the end of the day, my favorite game is what matters most to me. I could sit here all day and debate what is the best game. And that is completely up to interpretation. What matters to me is what is my favorite game. And I think that is what should matter to all of you. It doesn't matter what you think is the best. It matters which one you love the most. And real quick, I do want to give a little shout out to my sister. Because this year, she's fallen in love with games a little bit. Like, I'm not going to say it's like a passion of hers, but she got a PS5 because she enjoyed video games so much. And one of those games, and I know undoubtedly is her game of the year, 2024, but not even that, it might be her favorite game of all time now. And that is Dragon Age: The Veilguard. And so that's what I want to share with a show like this. It doesn't matter what others think. It doesn't matter what's right, what's wrong. It's all a matter of opinion, what you like to play. You could only play one genre and make a whole award show just off of that one genre if you wanted to. Because what you want to play is what matters. And therefore, we're saving the Johnnymmer Award for last. Because that's what matters to me. But the Game of the Year. This is overall what I would consider the best game of 2024. Now, best can be interpreted in many different directions. But to me, it is what game delivers the absolute best experience across every aspect of game development and design. And your nominees are Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Neva, and Astrobot. And your winner for the United Game Awards Game of the Year 2024 is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. As much as I would love to give it to any of the other games, huge congrats for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for what I do believe delivered the overall best experience a game had to offer. But now, we're moving on to the Johnnymmer Award. Now, if you want to know the difference between the Game of the Year Award and the Johnnymmer Award, the Johnnymmer Award is completely biased. It's completely biased. It is my completely personal opinion. What games that I personally enjoy, regardless if it sucked, regardless if anybody else played it, what games were my top 5 favorite games of 2024. And that is what the Johnnymmer Award is. And that's what matters to me. And your nominees for the Johnnymmer Award are Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Black Myth: Wukong, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Planet Coaster 2, and Marvel Rivals. And the winner for my favorite game of 2024 for the Johnnymmer Award 2024 at the United Game Awards is Black Myth: Wukong. I think that game is a masterpiece. It is one of my favorite games of all time now. And I couldn't be happier that that game exceeded all of my expectations and overall left the biggest impact on me in 2024. I can't tell you how much I actually love that game. And so big congrats to not only that winner, but to all the winners of the United Game Awards. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I know it's a weird one. I know it's me just kind of reading off a bunch of lists and telling you how I feel about certain things, but this is something I've wanted to do for a while, and it feels good because I just get to express how I feel about a lot of games, right? And just talk about an industry I love, talk about the thoughts and feelings a lot of people have, and just express, this really challenging industry it is to be part of. Making a great game is not easy. It's absolutely not easy. And anybody who is nominated here outside of the biggest flop/fail category, I just want to congratulate you for making a game in 2024 and, pushing your studio, pushing your team to the limit to try and craft and deliver an experience for people to enjoy. And I think people, unfortunately, lose out on that thought of these are just things for you to enjoy. It's not for something for you to argue about. It's not something for you to compete with other things with. There are people who will choose one game out of the 50 that are presented in this show, and that's the only game they play in 2024. There are some people who will play all 50. The most important thing that you need to realize with video games is this is a form of entertainment. You're not forced to buy a game. You're not forced to talk about a game. You're not forced to feel to fit in to any specific community or genre. What this is it is a choice to enjoy something that someone makes. I think we lose sight of that so many times in this game industry. I think 2024 is a great example. I think 2024 had so much negativity, so much controversy. But at the end of the day, you look at all of these games and realize how much potential and how much greatness these games have put out and how much love and care has been put into so many of these things across so many different communities, so many different fan bases, so many different players. And you just have to congratulate and you just have to give them credit. Sometimes you have to realize that. Maybe you don't like something, but maybe 90% of everyone else does. Maybe you love something and no one else does. The most important thing is that people make these games for not everyone to enjoy, for people to enjoy. And that varies from 1 to 10, from 1 million to 1,000. From any sort of gamer, whether you only play multiplayer games like Madden, Call of Duty, or whether you only play strategy games like Civilization, or whether you only play story games like God of War. Anybody can find a game they love. And that's the beauty of video games. Companies don't make games. People do. People make things for other people to enjoy. And that's what I love about video games. But thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, definitely leave a like. The comment section down below provided. And please subscribe. And I will see you next year for the United Game Awards 2025, in which will be a much bigger show. It'll be a much bigger show. There will be much more to look at and feel. And I'm going to do a lot more to up the production. This is kind of just the start. I wanted to get it out there so I could finally say, I've done it. We have an award show that I can build on. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Johnnymmer out. Peace.